I've been here over 30 years, so this is home. But most recently, before that, I lived in Hermosa Beach in Southern California for 10 years. Came up to Citrus Heights in '84 with a job promotion, and bought my house. I've been there ever since. And came to Sacramento not knowing the community at all. I mean, it's just kind of happenstance that I ended up in Citrus Heights, but I'm very grateful I did because it's been a good home. One of the great things about Citrus Heights is we have such a variety of housing here. You know, you can get what you want without leaving the city limits. If you want to be a suburbanite, we have that. We have apartment dwelling. Crosswoods, is a beautiful community within the community where you go into Crosswoods Circle and you feel like you're in the woods, in a very natural setting. And then in some of our older sections of the city, we have large parcels where people have little urban farms, and even they keep a little bit of livestock, cows and goats and things, and it's all here. There have been many efforts to incorporate Citrus Heights over the years, since the early 1900s, I think, actually, but none of them really took root, had any ground to them. And then in the early 1980s, the business community and residents that were involved in the chamber but who lived here were really dissatisfied with how we were being governed under county rule, because we were an unincorporated part of Sacramento County, as still is today. Carmichael and Fair Oaks and Antelope and Orangevale, they're all just under county governance. And we felt that we weren't getting the services and the representation for the tax dollars that we were contributing to the county coffers, that money was being spent elsewhere while we were left to our own means out in Citrus Heights. That was kind of the situation then. So I entered in that scene back in the mid-'80s, and the effort for the current incorporation effort that eventually led to cityhood was already underway, but it was in the early stages. So it kind of got legs in the mid-'80s, and the effort got a name. It was called CHIP, which was Citrus Heights Incorporation Project, and it actually became an incorporated nonprofit. So we had done everything that we needed to do back in the early days to get on the ballot in 1986. And the county refused to put us on the ballot because they didn't want us to incorporate. They hadn't had an incorporation in Sacramento County in decades, and they did not want this to happen. They didn't want, they accused us of balkanization, another layer of government, all these arguments against it. And so they technically broke the law, but we had no money. We're just a grassroots ragtag group of local people. We had no money to fight them. It was always a David and Goliath story, always, and that's why I think life is so precious to us in Citrus Heights who lived through all of that, and why we think it's so important that this history not be lost, because we fought hard to be what we are today.